Good afternoon, good evening, Hugh. Oops. Yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So, I don't really know anything about these guys. Yeah, some good matches. I mean, Brain Fell Out Bankster should be good. Larry Semi-Pro should be good. No. Well, we see Coldest Pillow in the stream a lot, so he's pretty active. Hopefully he's picked some stuff up watching the stream. Um, yeah, he's showing away right now. She probably just went to. Well, I mean, just overall rating, Zig is a little higher than Coldest Pillow. But we'll see. I mean, bar table eight ball is if the players are reasonably close, it really comes down to a lot to strategy, understanding how to play the game. Well, that's definitely a disadvantage, especially breaking. Uh,
Yes, I do apologise. Yeah, I've been rabbiting away there, but I was in a panic there trying to change the guy's name, and I was hitting buttons all over the place. So yes, I did mute myself.
yeah, welcome to Napnicker. Oh, and I don't think I ever thanked you for doing the spreadsheet on the past champions. Allowed me to fill out the whole thing.
Well, that saved you a lot of time, didn't it, Steve?
Well, I mean, I didn't have the information. I wouldn't be able to do it. I didn't have all those VP3 championships.
Yeah. Well, it's on. Most of it was on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Up to a point, but it wasn't. It hasn't been updated for a long time. That one on Wikipedia. So anyway, Coldest Pillow on the
Semi's your
lag.
high semi-pro. I take it you're back from your honeymoon.
He
Yeah,
might,
here we go.
he might be just here taking a break from his honeymoon. So somebody needs to remind me about this game. I know it's eight ball. Can you pot your own ball onto the opponent's ball to get rid of it over a pocket and it's legal shot, or am I mixing that up with another version of the game?
No, you do that. You can make your opponent's ball as long as you hit yours first.
Right, got it. See, I do know something about the rules.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good game. It's a good game on a bar table. This bar table plays real good. This is kind of like more like playing on a diamond or, the one that's in good shape. Bars, a lot of times the tables are crappy. This table plays really good. So, that's already kind of a bad start for Coldest Pillow strategy wise because you really don't want to try to run out in this game unless, you know, you can. It's better to, you know,
make the move at the right time.
Well, you know, you
And
pick the ones you want. So you
duck for
take the
cover.
stripes and then you duck for cover if you don't think you can run out. One real effective strategy in this game is to duck for cover early on, try to make the guy kick at his balls. And one of the reasons why you want to do that is because if you have
Well,
balls that are tied up,
that's going to go too low, I think, is it?
yeah, him kicking at the balls, he might hit your balls and knock them free. He might miss everything and give you ball in hand. So he's okay here though. This is he can make this one.
You can maybe bump the 6 and stay in the 7.
Well, now he's looking at banking it, and this is tricky. This is tricky. He's going to go long. Yeah, I mean that was tricky to hold that ball there. So Coldest Pillow has a good opportunity here if he can move the ball and get onto the 11. You gotta be a little careful with speed. Run into the 6 would be okay. Oh boy. Well, you know that's not bad though. He's in a good position. So.
Well, now I'm wondering if Zig knows the rules himself.
Yeah, so he's got a couple plays here. One play is to try to get the 7 to follow the 10 in. Another play is try to get where you can bank the 7 because the 7 does bank. You know, oh boy. Okay, so this is kind of tricky because
now why not play the little? Well, you could scratch. That's the only problem.
I would just kind of bump this 11 over by the corner. This is kind of tricky because on one hand you don't want to let him to the table where he can safe you, but yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable play there, except for the fact that, you know, he's got his 11 tied up. I mean, he's definitely still in advantage. Now, what Zig needs to do here is soft kick at this. He does not want to hit this hard.
No,
soft kick behind it. Okay, well, she's going to foul on purpose. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how effective that's going to be for him because looks like
none.
Yeah, I think he should have soft kicked at the 7 and tried not to foul and tried to force Coldest Pillow to do something. And he kind of didn't hit that real good. Kind of wanted to hit that a little thinner and get it to bounce out a little, but he's okay.
Need to get hold of this cue ball a little bit just in case it wants to go somewhere funny.
He's going to stun it a little. Uh-oh. Well, that's, you know, and that's from not being sure about the cue ball. You know, you just wanted to stun that and take it straight down to the table, and you know, he's afraid of where it's going, and he's thinking I might scratch, and you know, he ends up weak on the stroke and missing the ball. And
that's why you've got to, you know, as I say, take evasive action. Just jack the cue up a little bit of stun, and you're not going to scratch.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know how many of these Coldest Pillows played in. You know, he looks like he's a decent player, but you know, you get in these things and you get in the moment, and you know, you start making decisions based on fear, and it goes all downhill from there. You know, you got to play confident, stroke that ball like you know, you mean it. And he hit that kind of wishy-washy. Well, that's a dry break, I think. Wow. Well, you know, I'm not sure. I think the stripes are sitting a little better, but I'm not sure it really matters. And the reason why I like the stripes a little better is because you've got that 11 and 15 to get rid of that cluster down there to try to move balls.
Yep.
The solids is much more difficult. You know, a lot of times when you get to the table in 8-ball, there's not going to be a lot of difference in the balls, and you're going to kind of pick the ones that are sitting good for the first shot. But, you know, if there is a difference, and I think there is here, I mean, the solids are doable. They're just harder. You know, the 3, 4, and 2 all go without moving them. If you can get on them. I mean, right now he's already kind of funny here.
No, I'd be just, see, he's having a lash, yeah. Not good signs from Zig.
So that just really tied the table up, though. All these balls rolled together. The solids are now in real trouble. That's a good shot there. So this 6 ball will go. Let's see, can he make the 1 anywhere? Yeah, this is tough. He can bank the 1. And I think he probably will take the bank on the 1. And
Big
hopefully,
big,
if he hits,
big pocket where the 8-ball is.
yeah, he can get on the 5 and then break those balls out.
Well, we got the
Oh
double
boy.
hit there. Couldn't get the cue ball out of the way.
Yeah, I would have hit that with a little bit of inside and a lot of top and just kind of spun the ball back to the rail. He probably doesn't know that shot. Well, that was kind of the shot to nothing in 8-ball there. He didn't do himself any favors. Yeah, and right now it's going to be hard to call the winner of this match because right now Zig is not playing this game the right way. Coldest Pillow looks like he's trying to play it the right way and doing a somewhat decent job of it, but I mean,
I wouldn't be doing this because he's actually freeing up that 11 ball. I'd have been ducking behind the 2 there.
Well, I mean, the thing is if you're gonna be aggressive, you need to get there, and it's kind of tricky because a player like at Coldest Pillow's level, he doesn't play good enough to get there all the time, but he plays good enough that sometimes being more aggressive is going to pay off. And I think he may have to twitch just a little.
It may well work.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute though. Got to get the spin.
Yeah, the better you play, the more aggressive you typically want to be because you're going to be able to run out. Now, again, you need to hit this with a little inside, just a teeny bit, just because you got to cut it enough. Oh, he's going straight into the pocket. That's okay. Oh, and he missed it. That's a killer. And that's
that's where he's done all the hard work, and then he's he's hoping he's going to get another go here.
And that's a loss against almost anybody. Well, maybe not against me, but against most people. I came in and played 3-ball tournament the other day. I played Bankster, first round, and it was raced 11. I lost 11 to, I think it was 11 to 9 or something. But I played it because I thinking of the World Championship. So I came in and played it. Played okay, but I got 4 games on the wire, so it was 6-6, and I hadn't missed a ball. So it was 6-6. He'd won 6, and I'd won 2, and I hadn't missed a ball. And it kind of confirmed what I thought about this game, is that it's basically a breaking contest, and I went. Well, let's see. I broke 8 times. I think I made a ball once. So obviously I failed in that. But
but where was you breaking from, Steve?
Oh, I tried different places.
Yeah, well, my technique is you break from where the cue ball appears, and you put a bit of top in the cue ball to let it go through, and then the 2 balls will go around the corner and either maybe go into both corner pockets.
Well, that was lucky you didn't scratch there.
Cue ball.
He's going to do it there. Yeah. I'd say based on what I've seen so far, I'm going to favor a Coldest Pillow in this match. But, I don't want to do a world championship in 3-ball for one reason, and that is...
because you're crap at it.
No, I'm crap at them all. It's because having a game that's a breaking contest really isn't a very good test of skill. I mean, that's... Everybody's going to run out a lot. So it comes down to, can you make a ball on the break? And, that's, again, that's what was wrong with, why I criticized Master and Pool so much, the way they were running their events, was that the 9-ball tournaments were breaking contests. Well, they've since fixed that by making the pockets tight on the table, racking with the 9 on the head spot, using a break box. So... they did the things they needed to do to turn it into not a breaking contest. But I fear there's nothing really you can do with 3-ball. I mean, it's that's the nature of it.
Well, you could have it in a snooker table.
True.
That would then make it a lot different.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
So Coldest pillow on the stripes. And, well, 9-ball next. 6-ball is tied up with a 1.
Well, I mean, his problem, he needs to play this 13 off the 15 right here. He needs to move that 15. The way to do it is nick the edge of this. See, now he's dead. He needed to move that ball for sure. And really, this is no good. He needs to stop making balls right now. See, what you want to do is put that 10-ball in front of the pocket. You miss that on purpose and put it in front of the pocket. This is no good.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much in the way of strategy in this from what I've seen already. I think it's simply they're trying desperately to get balls in holes when they should be measuring the layout here and knowing when to run.
And the thing is if you're playing a player that's a lot better than you, you're going to lose almost no matter what strategy you do. But if you're playing a player that's better than you, but not way better than you, I mean, that strategy can overcome a lot. Yeah, this is pretty much just try to run out every time. And I will say that in real life, good players tended to try to run out too much on bar tables. I've watched a lot of champions play this game on bar tables, and the guys that are really good know when to duck. Now this is a great opportunity to play safe. Roll up on that 4-ball.
Well, this is where Zig, he's going all out to get these balls in play, but what he's actually done
he got lucky though. He's got a shot here.
He's got a shot, but if he doesn't get it, and he gets it and doesn't get on to the last one, he's going to probably gift us rack to Coldest pillow by breaking out the 15.
You got to twist this. You got to put a lot of left English on it, and he's not. I'm not sure he can make it like this. He can cut this ball enough. No. Yeah, he needs to put some English on that.
Well, he's got the cover, I think.
Well, this 14 ball is pretty easy to cut. I'd cut the 14. I mean, that's a duck on a bar table. I'd cut this all day. People, look at the shot and go, oh, the shot's, but not with these pockets on a bar table. You just cut the 14 right down the rail. That's like a gimme. A lot of guys might try to bank this, but the bank's actually way harder than just cutting the ball.
It looks as if he's banking it. No, he's
playing safe.
Well, that's a good bit of thinking, though.
It's a good play, except for one thing. He left a pretty easy shot on the 3-ball because this is not a hard shot to kick in. He needed to have the cue ball over more.
No, he's got it.
No, he didn't come out on the 4, but I mean he's sitting pretty good to bank this. You just got to decide what you're going to do with the cue ball. Where you're going to play the 8. Looks like he's going to go forward with the cue ball. Well, that's going to work out. He probably didn't think that's what it was going to do, though.
Now, this is a called shot game, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, this is a call shot game. In this game, if you make the 8 on the break, you do not win the 8-ball spots. Yeah, and that cue is going to kill him. I mean, he is doing the right thing doing a side break with that cue because that's the right thing to do when you don't have power. But this is basically a sellout rack. This rack came across. If you were playing a good player, they're probably running out just about every time on this rack.
Well,
And I
this
think
is it.
Coldest Pillow plays good enough that he might run out on this rack. I
Well,
mean,
this is what the test is. The test is finding your way through these balls on a cluttered table.
yeah, but this table isn't really cluttered. I mean, this is about as easy as you can get. So, um, you know, it's not making a mistake on things like this 3-1-4 that are all kind of sitting together. This is where players get in trouble. Is well, I didn't expect them to miss the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, you can't be missing those sort of shots in a bar table.
Yeah,
You've
I
got to put
mean,
them away.
for me personally, even if I haven't played pool and I go play like league and I got to play like, you know, if I play league, it's either 4 games of 8 ball or 9 games of 9 ball. And even if I haven't been playing, I'm expecting I won't miss a ball all night. I mean, it's a bar table. You're not, you know, if you can play, you're not supposed to miss on a bar table. And I think it's pretty much the same thing in VP. Well, that's a problem. He just covered his 4 ball up. See if he gets right on this one where he can move it. Yeah, that's not very good. He
Got
can
a
probably
slight
force it
angle.
into it. Yeah, this is. Boy, he came out good.
That'll do.
That's a winner there. Yeah, I mean, you really, if you can play bar tables, you know, even long banks on bar tables are easy. I remember when I decided I was going to buy a Revo. I played Billy Thorpe in one pocket at Derby, and he was using a Revo and let me try it after we finished, and I liked it, so I went to the Predator booth, and they had a bar table there, and I tried both the 12 point, what is it? I think 12.8 size tip and a 12.4 size tip. And I probably hit balls for a half hour, you know, maybe 15 minutes to each one. So this guy's watching and he says to me, well, how are you going to decide which one to play with? You never missed. He goes, I watched you for a half hour, you didn't miss a ball. And I'm like, well, it's a bar table. You're not supposed to miss a ball. And that's, you know, that's not how I would choose a shaft. But anyhow, I ended up going and buying one. I went to the Omega booth, and luckily they had one. Because at that time they were $500, and you could turn around the next day and sell on eBay for $700 because nobody could get them.
Well, Albinario and Barker's 155 played a 6.5-hour snooker final, and no one went to the bathroom. Coldest
Yes,
Pillows
they did. They did good. It's just that they peed so quick. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like those guys have fire hoses or something because they go to the bathroom and be back 30 seconds later.
Well, Coldest Pillow, I think, giving away his age there because he's only played like 3 racks and he's straight away at the toilet.
Yeah, that's a good indication, isn't it? Either that or he's already into the ale.
So we are 2 apiece here in this race to 11.
Well, these solids are sitting pretty good. I mean, they really are. He could run out from here. I would definitely be trying to run out from here. The 2 and the 5 are the biggest challenges, and you know, but they are open. You just, you know, I think for a guy like Coldest Pillow, who I think moves the cue ball okay, but not great. You know, he may have trouble getting to those balls. May get to one and not the other. Of course, last time I was thinking he was going to run out, he missed a duck. Well, he just got funny there.
Now, can you not cut the 6 and bump into the 10 and the 14 and still hold for that 3?
That's risky. He could, yeah. I mean, you got to be a little careful how you do this because
he's got it too thin.
Yeah, it was a little tricky, but he's okay. I mean, you just don't want to leave the 2 and the 5 to last because that's a little tricky.
Yeah, well, see, I would have been trying to leave that 3 ball where he is now to get to that 5.
Well, he just got two straight in. I mean, he wanted to, he needed a cue ball over, 2 or 3 more inches.
Oh, this bounce is nice.
He hit it good. I mean, the danger there is, you could run into the 8 and hook yourself on the 14, or there's all kinds of bad things that could have happened there, but he hit it good.
Well, this is
Yeah,
in or over the pocket will do, because it's asking a lot for Zig to run out, but it is a bar table. But I would expect him to get this.
yeah, I mean, he's not going to miss this. Uh, yeah, Coldest Pillow's actually playing pretty good. Better than I expected him to play given his rating.
Yeah,
I'm
Zig
kind of
just can't get enough
surprised
into
that,
these balls to get them open.
no, I mean you got to have a break here. I'm kind of surprised that it's 3-2. I'm kind of surprised Coldest Pillow's not further ahead at this point. He may play. You can use the 8 ball in a combo. He could go 2-8-5 if he wants. Um, I mean, neither one of them are great.
Now there's only. I mean, it's not. The risk probably isn't on, but if he plays that 2-8 combo in the 5 and some strange
uh,
reason the 8 ball goes in, he's losing the rack though, isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This isn't like pub pool. You can't make that 8 ball. Isn't it pub pool? Oh no, it's pub pool. You don't have to call the 8 ball pocket. That's what it is. It is a loss if you make it in pub pool too. Yeah, that was a smart shot there. He's just going to try to block the pocket. Um,
Yeah, see this banging a ball and letting the cue ball run away
Now,
loose. I mean, that's
what I
careless.
would do here, what I would think about doing here is making the 7 with the 14, leaving the 14 in front of the pocket. I wouldn't be thinking about running out at this point because there's too much problems. Or trying to hit the 11 into the 5 and get the 5 out of there. Yeah, so that's no good. All he did is open the pocket for the 5. There's a lot of plays he could have made there. I mean,
And of course he's running out of options because he's only got
well,
what, 2 of his balls left.
yeah, see, this doesn't do you much good to keep making balls when you're not going to get out. All this does is
Especially
guarantee
where
you're
the 8
losing the
ball
game.
is. I mean, 8 balls
Well,
very difficult to get on.
I tell you the worst thing about this is that it's going to be negative positive reinforcement. And the reason why I say negative positive reinforcement is he's going to get a positive result out of this for doing a negative thing. He's doing the wrong thing, but he's going to probably win this rack anyways because Zig's just going to try to run out instead of playing smart. And, so when you do the wrong thing and you end up winning, you think, oh, I'm doing the right thing because that's kind of human nature. If I won, I must have done the right thing. And yeah, and
Well,
this.
the wrong thing he's
What?
going to do here is if he's smashing balls round the table here, he's going to break out that 8 ball, which he needs to keep there for the time being if he wants to stay in this rack.
Well, I mean, Coldest Pillow would normally be in trouble here because just having 2 balls left on the table with a table that looks like this is trouble. But Zig's just going to keep shooting balls, and that's what I'm saying. This is going to end up probably being a win for Coldest Pillow. See, if you're Zig, what you do is just roll up like behind the 5 and make him kick it to 14. So he moves the 14 out of the way. And Coldest Pillow hooked himself and had to kick it. So, like if I'm Zig, I'm rolling up right on that 5 ball, or go here, just bump this loose and make him kick at that 14. Don't make this. You don't make this. See, he was trying to make it and he missed it. You don't want to make that. You want him to kick at this 14 and get it out of the way for you.
Well, he's certainly going to be kicking at it.
See,
I don't know that he's
no,
got a good line to get to it.
I'll tell you what I would do is if I was, I would tell you what I would do here if I was Coldest Pillow. I would make that 7 ball, give him ball in hand.
Yeah.
Or yeah, because here's the thing, is every time you make one of his balls, he's got 1 ball less that he can play safe with or hide behind. Make his balls.
This is a strategy that most of these players in this tournament won't employ. The better players will be on the ball as far as that goes, but most of the guys like this are going to fall into the trap like Zig's doing, where he just wants to pot every ball he sees.
Well, I mean,
the strategy part of it, he hasn't learnt that yet.
But he can do that now, but what he needs to do is he needs to get another ball down close to that 14-5 that he can use to break it out with. So if you're Zig, you're trying to move balls down close to that 14-5 that you can use to break it out when you get the chance. If you're Coldest Pillow, you should be making Zig's balls. Make the balls give him ball in hand.
Well, is he going to call the bank in this 14? I think he is. Oh no, he's trying to cut it again.
Well, I don't know why he's trying to cut this.
That's never going to cut.
The bank would be tough. He's just bumping it out. And see, that's a good shot. And Zig gave him that chance by leaving open. Now Zig's in trouble, and he's still just shooting at balls. So Zig either runs out here or he loses. What it comes down to.
Now, does that 5 go? It does go.
Yeah, I'd probably, well, let's see, are we using jump cues in this? I don't remember whether I turned jump cues on. If we're not, I'd probably make the 6 ball, call safety. Oh no, Coldest Pillow's up. I'm sorry. I thought it was Zig at the
Wait a minute. I realised Zig's called a missed call in the bank there.
Oh, I didn't realize that would happen. I was expecting Zig to be at the table. Well, now he's gotten funny. He needs to shoot this in the side. I would not try shooting this in the corner. I don't know. This is no good in the corner. Yep, okay. He's picked the right pocket.
It's going wide. So here we go. There's Zig with an open table.
Yeah, that would have been a good play when the 8 ball was covered.
Now.
Yeah, and this is really it's amazing to me that Zig's going to win this rack the way he's played it. But
well,
when you dog it and anybody can run out a few balls on a bar table.
Well, he needs some sort of angle on this tour. He needs to utilize. He's going to see he's running loose again and scratching.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's got a very good idea where the cue ball's going.
Yeah. So
one thing about a bar table is you got a considerable area of pocket space on a bar table.
Exactly.
The table's not that big, and so the pockets will eat you up if you don't control the cue ball.
Your odds are greater for going and finding a hole somewhere in that table.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if you can move the cue ball, you're not going to be going in them too much. Although I will say that, bar tables play different than big tables in real life, most of them. And I've had some scratches on bar tables just because the table's playing weird or I just haven't been playing on them in a while. And the rails don't play the same as bigger tables.
I saw, was it a bar table or was it I can't remember, but I think I mentioned it before. I watched a video on YouTube and a ball, I think a ball was getting shot into a corner pocket and it ran up the side, the long rail, and it was running along the long rail, touching the long rail, and yet it dropped into the side pocket.
Oh yeah, I mean
that was weird.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of tables that aren't set up well.
I think it must have had a gradient. Now,
I'm not sure what he was doing there. Was he playing safe or just?
Did he play that? Well, the ball went into the pocket. You know, it went in off the 2 ball. I mean, am I just being pernickety here? Should that not have been well, should he not have miscalled that? Or am I just not understanding the rules?
Oh no, he hit his ball and made the other guy's ball. He just made his opponent's ball. So this table's sitting really good for Zig. I mean, he should run out here, but cue ball movement's going to get him. And see, this is a thing about pool that can be really frustrating. Is it's all these easy balls, and then you do this, and you've got to be able to move whitey. That's what it comes down to.
I get frustrated watching some of these guys. I do get frustrated because, I keep going on about it. They're not thinking about the pace in the cue ball before they make that move.
Well, you got to practice it, and guys just they don't practice. You can get better just playing if you play enough, but if these guys that go do semi-pros drills, do the easy ones at first and just keep working on them until you get to the point you move the cue ball better.
Zig had a chance there if he had managed to cut that 15, but in his own defence he got lucky with the 15 tying up the 2 ball when it came out of the pocket.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you're Coldest pillow here, if you're Zig here, you need to get that 15 ball separated. If you're Coldest pillow, you just need to lock them up. See, this, you should just lock them up.
Mm-hmm.
You should not make balls here.
Well, if that was me playing Zig shot, I'd have spun in behind the 15.
See, you call safety there and do that. You don't make balls, because all you're doing when you're making balls here is you're putting yourself in a worse position.
I'll tell you, both of these guys aren't familiar with the rules and using the rules to their advantage, which is a big thing for surviving in this tournament. They're
there's a simple rule.
Important balls,
If you're trying to run out and you can't see how you're going to run out, which, right now with that 2 ball the way it is, Coldest pillow, there's no way he can run out.
Yeah, he should have
done that shot 3 shots ago.
Yeah, and
instead he took 3 of his balls off the table.
Exactly, force Zig into having a bump and trying to move something.
Yeah. See, the reason why you want to leave balls on the table is it gives you more options. It gives you more balls to play safe on. It gives you more balls to move and get in a position where you can break your ball out. You don't want to make balls if you can't run out.
Ball in hand behind the 2. Leave a wee angle. He needs to leave a little angle in this 2 to drop out over for the 1. Though.
Yeah, this is simple. He's just going to follow forward and get on it.
And don't hook yourself behind the 11.
Yeah, well, he's in a situation here where I don't think he will.
And don't scratch in the far right corner with the cue ball when you hit this too hard.
Yeah, I'd hit it with left English and just check it a little. But, I see the thing is this is real life. You hit that with some left English just because...
It'll just kill it slightly in the rail.
Well... More than that, see, if you roll it, the problem is that you might get a piece of chalk or something and the ball may skid right into the rail, especially going slow. So you put English on it to take some of the throw out so it can't skid. And you don't have that problem VP, but in real life, that ball will skid sometimes.
A whole stack of dry breaks are all coming from Zig. And the reason for that's obvious. Trying to break with a house cue.
Well, it's not a big disadvantage in this match, but against somebody that can play, they're going to run out a lot when you do that. But if you are going to break dry, you want to do it like this, where look at those 4 stripes all together. That's the thing, because that side break is you're going to get a lot of clusters of balls. So this table is completely hosed. It'll be interesting to see what these guys do. I mean, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to start making balls and try to run out, because this is guys playing the old adage where you know, you'll be playing on a bar table and somebody doesn't know how to play full look, and you've got one ball left on your table and your opponent's got 7 and they think you're winning. Well, you're not winning unless you're making that ball on the 8 ball. Otherwise, you're losing.
Yeah.
Making balls is just, you know, you're not winning because you've got more balls down. You're losing if you don't have a way to run out.
Now this is going to bump the 11 in.
Yeah, well, he had a chance to get it clear there. So
well,
I would be kicking. You kick behind those balls. You spin off the end rail and go behind those balls. Move them a little and lock them up.
Yeah, catch that 10 ball.
Yeah, well, I'd try to get it right in the pocket behind the 10 ball. So he's going to do crazy shit here.
Well, the worry is that 8 ball's going to get knocked in, because anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's no good. That's a loser. He should have just kicked into the pocket there and moved some balls and locked them up and made them kick.
Well, that's the cue ball.
Well, it'd be a loser if he could make some balls. That was a missed call. Well, he's got a chance here to this 15. Yeah.
I think he can catch enough of the 10 to, well, I don't know what he didn't do it. He could have catched enough of the 10 to bump it to the rail and just catch the 15 a bit more.
Even if the 15 didn't go, it might put the 8 in a bad spot. But, you know, you really want to get in a position where you can lock him up against the ball and make him kick. Because,
well, Coldest fella's problem is he's done nothing there other than leave the table wide open and the 8 ball right over the pocket for zig.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, he doesn't want to do anything stupid with too much top in the cue ball. Yeah. Well, he's staying in it. He's only, what is the score? 5-3. He's only 2 down.
I think it's pretty much... it's going to be hard for Zig to win this. I mean, Coldest Pillow's doing a lot wrong, but not as much as Zig. I mean, they both can, you know, make balls, but they, you know, either one's great with a cue ball.
Here's an obvious question, Steve. Do you think that I mean, you could talk about pros on a table this size or on a 9-foot table playing the same game. Do you think it's more of a challenge on the bar table in terms of moving the cue ball and your shot choices? Because to me, the elementary part of it is control of the cue ball, first and foremost. And if you control that cue ball, you can get into the spot.
Yeah.
But the other thing that, you've got more balls likely to be tied up in this table.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, it's actually a harder game on a bar table. At the pro level, it's break and run out on the 9-foot table. On this table, you know, they'll try to break and run out, but you just can't all the time. You know, there's just too much congestion.
Yeah, your pattern play is going to be fully tested on a table this size, because the art is finding your set of balls and finding your way out and dealing with problems.
Yeah, in general, most pros I've seen play on a bar table play too aggressively. They try to run out racks they shouldn't. And you know, they get away with a lot because they're great players. But you know, if you want to win consistently on these bar tables, you got to play more strategy and not try to run out quite so much, even if you're a great player.
Coldest fellow's dead in the water here as far as potting anything else goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's put himself in a terrible situation here. What I would probably do is roll up on the 7 and make him try to make make my opponent try to move those balls. See, he tried to move them, which, make your opponent kick at him and move them.
Well,
I mean, he's gonna get locked up no matter what. At some point, if Zig was smart.
well, I would like to think that Coldest fellow would watch more of this tournament, whether he's still in it or not.
Oh, he will. He's been in a lot.
Because there's a lot to be learned from watching the better players,
This is a
particularly
little
playing this.
tricky. Yep, I knew that was going to be tricky. See what he ended up with?
Yeah.
That was a little tricky there, getting a shot when you made that combo. He's playing the bank. I'd cut this down the rail every time. The cut down the rail is easier than the bank.
That's not bad though, because he's not left anything here for Coldest Pillow really.
Yeah. So if I'm Coldest Pillow, I'm probably coming off that 7 and bringing the cue ball down by the 6.
Well, that's just giving him a shot here.
Yeah, that's no good.
That's just giving him a shot. He needs to get the cue ball moving though. And he also needs to remap his replay button.
Yeah, I would have definitely played safe there.
This has got to get a bump to get the ball in the hole and get the cue ball out of there.
You got to watch out for the side pocket.
Yeah,
left side pocket. You're gonna go forward hard. It's easy to go in the side pocket. Oh, he didn't hit it.
No,
that was just you had to put the stroke on that.
Yeah, but you're right enough though. Look at the line the cue ball was taking. It was heading straight for that side pocket, I think.
Well, you got to decide whether you're going to shoot at a ball or play safe here.
I'd be just coming back off that 6 to the end rail and leaving it awkward, trying to get behind the 8.
Yeah, it's tough on bar tables because
that's a good effort. I like that. Yeah. Although it's going to be a miscall, and he's probably going to. Did he play that?
Yeah. The thing is if you're gonna play safe on a bar table, you've got to get safe because it's so easy to pocket balls. I probably would have shot that one too because the safety wasn't guaranteed. And even if you leave a shot that's kind of awkward on a bar table, it's a bar table. I mean, it's, guys are going to make shots on you. You can't, if you're going to play safe, you've got to leave it really tough. Oh, boy. He made 2 good banks and missed maybe the easiest one of the 3. And he's left him, this is just kind of stun it to the side rail, and you've got a shot on the 13. Yeah, that's tough for Coldest Pillow.
That's finished.
He's a little straight, but you can move this. Well, that wasn't very good. He's still going to have a shot at it, though. Now, this ball's on the rail. I think he needs to hit this with right English. That's how I'd be playing this. I'd be hitting this with a lot of right English.
This is touchy.
Well, you hit it good.
There's a cue ball. I think, is it staying up? Is it staying up? Yeah.
Boy, that was close.
So, there's only 1 rack in it now.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a pretty close match. And here we go with Zig with the dry break again.
Zig, I don't think, has had a ball in the break yet, in all the breaks he's had.
Right after this match, he needs to go buy a break kit. So have you been watching the World Cup, Hugh?
No, I've seen none of it. The World Cup of pool, I've only saw little glimpses. I don't know who's playing who's still in it, or whether it's over.
I should have had you put a bet down for me there. I don't know if I could put a bet down in the UK. The odds, man, I would have taken the Philippines in a flash. I mean, the Philippines were 25-1 with James Aranis and Johan Chua. And I guarantee you, the only reason they were 25-1 is the guys setting the odds don't know who those guys are. And those guys, James Aranis especially, super player, and Chua's no slouch.
Well, normally bookmakers have done their homework.
They drove the UK the first time, and then The other team I would have wanted to bet on, although they were only 6-1, was Chinese Taipei, the Ko brothers, Pin Yuko and Ping Chung Ko.
I take it there's still two UK teams in it, like there normally is, UK Team B and all that sort of stuff.
No, they didn't have a Team B. Only Spain had a Team B. The UK is out. Let's see, Spain. Who's Spain? I think.
Who was the UK team? Do you know who were playing?
It was Shaw and. It's funny because they called it England. They didn't call it UK, or they call it Britain or something. I was like, he's Scottish. Let's see. Let me go look at it.
No, it'd be probably GB. It would be Great Britain. Or United.
Yeah, okay, it might have been Great Britain. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. So it was Spain that played the Philippines first round and lost 7-5. So that's that. The Spain was like a I don't know 2-1 or 3-1 favorite. Okay, that tells you what the Philippines are like. And guess what? Spain B played Saudi Arabia and won 7-1. Now Spain B has to play Philippines. So both the Spain teams are probably getting knocked out by the Philippines. Chinese Taipei lost to Netherlands, which kind of surprised me. I mean, Netherlands, they got, what's his name? They got the Terminator, Neo Fijan, and then a guy that's actually a pretty good player, just came in second the last tournament, Booch something or other. So Great Britain beat Qatar 7-0, and now they're playing Vietnam right now.
What is that? I thought you said they were out. Is it a group
no,
stage?
I got confused at who had played the Philippines. It was Spain that played the Philippines. So Great Britain's still in. So U.S. still has to play South Korea. U.S. is Skylar Woodward and Shane, so that's a pretty strong team.
Right. So this, see, that's the thing. I didn't even know where this event's taking place. It's taking place in Spain, is it? Oh, hang on a minute. Well, that's ball in hand to Coldest pillow. Ziggs had what they used to call in the old days a mouse fart, but there's no such thing as that now. So Coldest pillow's halfway home, 6-4 up.
Philippines were 25-1. I would have bet the house on that. Just because at 25-1, I mean, I think they've got as good a chance as Austria 6-1, USA 11-2, Spain 9-2, Chinese Taipei 8-1.
Who's the US team?
It's Skylar Woodward and
Shane Van Boning.
I mean, but they're 11-2. So I mean, I would have been betting the Philippines all day at 25-1. I mean, that's I probably would have put a bet on Canada too. John Mora and Alex Pagulayan. Although Pagulayan has not been playing good lately, but still, I mean, But I just can't believe that the Philippines are 25-1. That's like, I mean, James Ronis would get up and gamble with anybody in that tournament.
That's fairly generous odds.
So, yeah, USA is going to play Japan.
Oh, dear.
Albania plays Poland, and that'll be an interesting match. I thought Poland was ranked too low also. What are the odds for Poland? Poland was 28-1. And, they're pretty good. I mean, I might have bet them too. You never bet the favorites in these things. You can't make any money. I'm surprised Chinese Taipei lost to Netherlands. That's a tough loss for them. They were the favorites in that. But anyhow, you should watch some of that, Hugh. It's good. If you guys, if you guys listening don't watch much pool, that's a good one to watch. I've been mainly watching the kind of what do they call it, the recap at night on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the only glimpse I've caught of it because it's on Sky TV.
Yeah, see, I don't have it on Sky TV. I can stream it, or I can watch the matches later.
Moving to Spectre.
But you need to take a look at it, Hugh, just to see the table speed. They finally have the tables the right speed. I mean, Matchroom Pool has done everything right except the fact they're still playing 9 ball. They should introduce 10 ball, but the table setup is perfect. It's tight pockets. The table is not ridiculously fast. And I will say, they start with new felt, which I don't like. But let me tell you what, by the time this tournament comes to an end and the felt's broken in, you're going to see a lot of guys missing balls. I mean, there's a lot of guys missing balls with the felt being pretty new, but as the table breaks in, it will play tougher. Balls will rattle and hang up in the pockets, especially because it's a Racing that has pretty deep shells on it. You're going to see a lot of missed balls. I played for years. I'm playing at hard times on 4-inch pockets. Basically that same table setup on 4-inch pockets, but the tables have had the same cloth on them for 6 months. Let me tell you what. You got a shot down the rail. If you don't hit it perfect, it's not going in. But you got to watch it because they're finally getting it right. When it gets down to the finals and the tables have had a fair amount of play, and it'll be really good.
Well, that was a good shot.
It's not a run out fest anymore.
Well, rolling through for this 8-ball, or are they coming back?
Coldest Pillow just can't seem to get away from Zig.
That was a good shot as well.
The thing is both these guys have, some decent skills. They could play this game a lot better if they'd learned the strategy. Both of them have some idea how to move the cue ball. They both pocket balls well.
Well, the danger of Coldest Pillow is you branded him. You branded him the favourite from what we'd seen so far. But the thing is, he's only one rack in front.
Well, if he plays smarter, he'd be more. I think he moves the cue ball a little better. I think he's got a little better idea of strategy. But you got to play smart. So you kind of got to decide what you're going to do here. Whether you're going to run out or, what balls you want to take, whether you're going to run out or, just get the balls you want and then play safe. I think it's reasonable to try to run out with these stripes. The 14 ball is the one you really got to get to. The 12 is easy to get to. The 14 is a hard ball. So if I'm playing this, I would have shot the 10 there and spun over and shot the 14.
I mean, you could still possibly get in the gap between the 2 and the 7, but
he could go forward with a little bit of right English and kind of get over there. But if you don't get to that 14 pretty quick, and he's tried to, and that's actually a pretty good shot. This is good enough. So you're just going to come off the other side rail and shoot the 13 and go up table.
Little bump.
Now how you get up table here and where you get is really critical because you don't want to be running to that 8 off the 11. See, that's a mistake.
Yeah,
I would have drawn it up table and left myself an angle back the other way.
Now he's trying to come away from this 8-ball. He might be better just to try a double kiss in the 8 and hope it lands nice. I don't think I'd be risking doing anything else other than bumping this in.
A double kiss and shoot the 9 in the side pocket. But that's really not where you wanted to shoot the shot from. I would have been cutting the 9 from the other side of it, or the 11.
It worked though.
But he's gotten there.
And I think this is a run out here for Coldest Pillow. That's the first run out we've seen in the match, I think.
And he, you know, he got to the key ball, which was the 14. That was the only real trouble ball. So, you know, here we go off of his break. This table's sitting pretty good, except for the fact that the 8 ball is locked up. I still don't like the solids just because there's no shots on those balls around the 8. He's going to have to take the stripes. And that was a mistake right there, right off the bat.
I wonder whether the angle he had on that, was it the 15 or whatever ball it was he potted there, if he was going to be aggressive, why he didn't try drawing into the 7 and the 3 and opening them up with and freeing up the 8 ball. You've still a possibility you could do that off the 10, but it looks like
Yeah,
a chip in the 10.
and if I was going to try to run out, that's what I would have done. I would have made the 10 and run into those and tried to separate the 8, because chances were you were going to get a shot on that, what is that, the 12 ball?
Well, Coldest fellow's got a shot on the 10 here. I think
he needs to shoot the 10 now. See, he's not doing it. He needs to shoot the 10 now, because that 8 ball does not go. See, this is just going to get him in trouble. He may not even have a shot after this, depending on where the 11 ends up. Okay, well, he hit that good, but that wasn't the right shot. Now, again, okay, he's finally going to do it. He's doing it. He's doing it a ball too late. Now, you don't want to hit this real hard. You just want to bump the 3 into the 8 and knock it loose. You don't need to hit this hard.
You don't want to get too much spin on it either.
You just need to gently bump the 8 out.
That'll do if he's got a shot.
Yeah, no. See, he hit on the wrong side of the 3. Either too much English or too thick on the 10. But you know, now he's got to shoot at this. I like the kick shot. You're gonna have to put a lot of English on it, but I like the kick shot. Because you can control the speed, and if you can make the 11, you're going to have a shot on the 8.
No,
you can shoot the Massey shot, but I don't like the Massey shot. Now, this is no good. He should be kicking off the end rail with a lot of English. This is no good, because he can't make it. See, if you're in that situation, you have to try to make that 11 ball, because otherwise, if you're playing anybody can play, you just lost. Because they're going to run out or play safe, or, if you do get to the table, it's going to be a bad situation.
How does one sign up?
Well, that was
Timberpinch is asking how to sign up. Obviously, he can't sign up, but he's asking in the room. Yeah, hold on.
The main lobby. There is only one lobby. You don't use the Alt key, Hugh? Alt key. Then you have to bring the menu up.
Why can't I get this? Why can't? Oh, there it is. It's working now.
Well, Coldest Pillow has gotten some separation here finally.
Right, maybe Timberwimp. This is an old VP3 player, by the way. He's been around for donkey's years, although he hasn't been around. Although he hasn't been around for donkey's years, he has been around for donkey's years, if you know what I mean. Martin is asking, the Euro Truck sale is on. Which ones am I getting? You're getting all the DLC if they're at good prices. As far as all the extra maps, that's your end goal. That's what you should be trying to get. So look for a package that's got all of the map DLCs. Anyway, back to the match.
Let's see. Is Timber?
Let's see. Can't see how to join. Yeah. Alright, hang on a minute. Is that the second time Coldest fellow's gone to the bathroom? Yep. So, Coldest fellow's 2-0 up as far as going to the bathroom's concerned.
Well, he's probably got the ale going. That's why.
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume he's got a enlarged prostate. I would be quicker to assume he's hitting the ale. Beer will make you need to go to the bathroom quite a bit.
So Coldest fellow has a 2-rack lead. Zig at
3-rack
the table.
lead.
Am I
3-rack
lead? Was it 8-5? I thought it was 8-6.
Yeah. And he should. I mean, he's played better. You know, he had the one run out. You know, I just don't. I don't see Zig winning this match. But Coldest Pillow needs to learn from this match. He needs to go back and watch this video because he's doing a lot of things wrong. And he plays good enough that I think if he plays a better strategy, he could beat a lot of people.
Well, that's the trouble. Most of the players don't necessarily employ the strategy of the game to much use most of the time. Which very often that's one way of keeping yourself in a match. But there seems to be this, I don't know what it is, it's like a radar thing where they just constantly want to pop balls. You know, there has to be a good use of strategy, more important in this game than maybe some others, especially bearing in mind the circumstances, a small table, lots of clusters.
I think players in general, the issue is, and I know how I am, and I'm, you know, maybe I'm not the best example, but I think I can relate to what happens with people because I've always had trouble when I had to think a lot. And when you come into a game and you don't know the strategy and you're trying to learn it, you have to think a lot. And it takes a lot of effort. A lot of these guys are probably going in these challenge rooms and they don't want to put that effort in about thinking about what to do and how to play. And, you know, you may not play good when you're trying to learn the game. It's not always going to be your first choice, you know, when you're just coming in and trying to relax and play. But if you want to be good, you're going to have to make an effort. Wow, look at that.
Well, Ziggs just broke out the 8-ball and then missed a sitter in the 3-ball.
But, you know, I had a lot of trouble playing straight pull, one pocket, things like that, games where I had to think more, you know. And even today, you know, I play straight pull. I practice it by myself, and I make mistakes because I'm thinking about what should I do, and you know, you kind of end up distracting yourself and taking yourself out of your game. I think for a lot of guys, they've got to get to the point where the decision-making process is pretty automatic, and if they're not in that mode, then it's hard for them to play. I certainly fall in that category.
Welcome to Timberwimp Pigeon, who I don't know what the hell that name is. But anyway, this tournament, the sign-ups for this tournament have been open for the last few weeks, and it went live at the weekend there, or whenever it was. So whenever the tournament's live, obviously you can't sign up to it, but we are regularly holding Virtual World Championships. You've just missed the snooker one, which we had finished last week, and now we're on to the 8-ball bar table, which will probably be on for maybe the next few weeks. We're just seeing one of the first round matches tonight. I will be streaming a lot of them because I'm off for the next 2 weeks. One Pocket Slim does some streaming as well. He may well catch a few of them. So,
now you've totally confused Timberland. Let me clear a couple things up. First off, this is what we call a non-real-time tournament.
Well, so you just confused them even more.
You have to schedule your match with your opponent. You look in the bracket, there's a scheduling function that you can send him when you want to play and vice versa. You go back and forth till you agree upon a time. There's a match deadline. So this kind of tournament, you know, can go a month or two. The more typical tournaments and the ones that you're going to see on the calendar most of the time, and the ones you can just join anytime you feel like playing, or real-time tournaments where the whole tournament's played out. The matches are all, you know, back-to-back. As soon as your opponent's ready, the match room comes up. That's probably what you want to start at if you haven't been playing VP for a while, is just sign up for those. And those tournaments are over usually in, you know, less than an hour. So start with that, and then when you feel like you're ready, you get in one of these world championships.
Now, you're in the States, aren't you? I think Timberwimp Pigeon's in the States. Have I got that wrong? So we still do Friday night 9-ball, or Friday afternoon 9-ball, depending where you are in the world.
No, he's in England.
Oh, is he? All right, well.
Well, he's got an England flag.
Yeah, so, well, that's fine then. That's Friday night 9-balls at 7 o'clock.
Hey, come on, would an American have a name like Timberwimp Pigeon?
I don't know.
I can tell you probably not. I mean, for starters, he's got a picture of a pigeon. It's probably a carrier pigeon. He's probably into pigeons. That's something that, well, there are people here that do that too. There are people here that do that too.
Yes, I remember you as well. I just don't remember where you were from. Yeah, so the non-real-time tournaments like this ones are where there's a date for the bracket to be drawn. The bracket goes live. It's up to you to check the bracket and see what the draw is, and see who your opponent is, and then you send a proposal with 3 different time choices for your opponent to make a decision as to whether they want to accept that and play the match. But any time you sign up for an event like that, you know, just if I'm around, ask me. I can help you, and there's 1 or 2 others that will be able to help.
There's a video. If you go to support, there's a video support off the you know, that same nav bar that calendar's on. There's a video that shows how to sign up and schedule when you're in a real-time tournament.
Oh, welcome to Albin.
Our non-real-time tournament. Oh, Albin's here.
Albin, the bank pool virtual world champion.
Well, obviously, he knows Timberwimp,
yeah,
or Timber. What is it?
Timberwimp
Pigeon.
As long as Albin had as well.
You got to get a name that's easier to say. Of course, you don't want to change your name if you've had that since the VP3 days.
Well, see, I would just call him TP, and that saves any confusion.
Does the proposal window have to refresh? You mean, are you saying the match scheduler icon on the tournament page? Is that what you're asking about? I don't remember if that. Yes, no. Okay. The window, the proposal window.
Is that the little
you
box?
Talking about the pop-up? The pop-up window?
That's a pop-up that comes up with the choices of times, doesn't it? Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah. What do you mean about refresh though, Larry? That's the bit I don't get.
Understand what he's saying.
because you put in your times, and then I think you hit you hit enter or send or something like that.
Well, I'm glad we're both confused here because I was, you know, that.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
confused for the point is that I don't play NRT tournaments, so that I don't. I think only did it in testing. Well, thanks for dropping in, TP. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I mean, I thought the. Oh, hang on, I gotta take this call.
you chose the second or third option. It can refresh to the first option before you confirm. Ah, so right. So you think that's a bit of a bug then, Larry? That reminds me about my bug. I'm going to keep Steve here till I get him to see this bug, or what I think is a bug, or it's my eyes and I can't see that. I'll show you in a little while when this is finished. But I think there's a bug in the messaging system. I've said that for the last few days. I just haven't got to show it yet. Well, it must have worked. It must have worked the first time round for you, Larry, when you set your match with semi-pro. Or did you have problems that first time?
Somebody that wants to stick needles in me called me. Well, not a bug, but it can mess up your selection. It caught me out once. You choose the second that can refresh to the first option before you. I don't understand what he means.
Is that you getting your medical before you go tramping about the hills?
Yeah, just, you know, I guess these pharmacies are looking for business. They're asking about vaccines. They're calling up asking me to get vaccinated.
Is this a cold call?
Yeah.
Vaccinated for what though?
Well, first it was shingles. I told them I already had that. And then they wanted pneumonia.
You're joking. A cold call trying to give you injections.
Yep.
Well, that's the great thing about me. I don't answer the phone to nobody. Anybody phones me, I never answer the phone. If it's somebody that I know that's phoning me for a particular reason, they'll leave a message and let me know.
Well, yeah, me too. I get so much spam, but this was a local number, so I figured it might be somebody that I wanted to talk to.
Yeah, Larry says you select the second option and it refreshes back to the first option before you can hit the confirm. So,
you're talking about the 3 times. So you put in the first time, then you put in the second time, and then you're saying you lose the second time?
It refreshes every minute. Ah, right. That's a bit like the tournament bracket update thing.
I'll have to take a look at it. I don't know what's refreshing. Maybe that the code is trying to refresh the
well, here's a question.
Icons on the tournament page, and it's nuking that too.
Would that make any difference if you're attempting that in the internal browser or the external browser?
It shouldn't.
Right. We've got Coldest Pillow is 1 away from round 2. And, oh, this is a mess, this table.
Now, am I going to I'm going to do a hue and remind you about Commentator's Eye. Remember what I said after I'd seen a couple games who was going to win?
Yeah, but you're only saying that because he's 10-6 up now. Or 10-5
up. Of course.
There was a point there, Steve, where you were beginning to get worried that he'd cursed him when he was only 6-5 up.
No, you were saying I cursed him.
Hang on a minute.
Hang
on a minute. Zig's bailing out. He's not feeling well. Well, not feeling well. Could be anything, but anyway, that's the match over. Now, hopefully, he will resign.
Yeah, he needs to. He quit. Yeah.
So Zig has gone. Well done to Coldest Pillow. Now, I'm going to keep you here for a minute, Steve,
He's
because
digging when he ought to be zagging.
I am going to have a quick look at the bracket. In fact, well, what I should have done is have a look at the 2 matches that are left, unless anything else has appeared. We've still got the Brainful Out Bankster match. That should be a better standard. I would expect a better standard from those 2 guys.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be a better standard.
They go ahead next Tuesday.
I'm going to make my prediction up front on this. Okay, they're both good players. I think skill-wise they're pretty even. Maybe a slight edge of Brain Fell Out, but I think Brain Fell Out will play better strategy than Banks.
Right.
Just from what I've seen.
What about the 2 pensioners playing on Saturday then, Steve? What about that match?
Well, you know, I mean, that'll be an interesting match. You know, I mean, I think they both know how to play 8-ball, so you know, it should be an interesting match.
There's going to be some devious stuff going on in that match. I'm going to say that.
Oh yeah,
I think there'll be some dirty tricks. There'll be dirty tricks going on in that match. So
well, that's what you want. That's what makes 8-ball good, is dirty tricks.
That's exactly it. Now I'm going to my profile page because I want to show. I want to show the world this bug that I think I've found. Why the hell have I gone to the home page? Right, if I go to where is it now? That's what I'm going to. If I go to message, right, I've got a message there that says thanks, and I'm going to try and highlight it now. Do you see what I'm seeing, Steve? You looking at the screen?
Yeah.
Right, now that message that says thanks, right, I have just went to the little circle to put the little dot in it to confirm that message. Right?
What do you mean confirm it?
Well, confirm that that's the one that I want to trash, right? You with me?
Yeah.
Right, now, do you see a dot in the little circle? Because there isn't one, and there should be one. There always has been one.
You mean you can't select that?
No, what I'm saying is, I have highlighted the message, you can see it in blue, and I've actually already had the little Q stick over the circle, and I've hit the button to trash that message. Now, what I'm not getting is
this looks like a problem on the internal browser.
Yeah, well, I haven't checked it. I haven't tested it in the external browser.
Oh shoot! But I'm on the external browser. It's not working either. What's going on?
Right, but watch this though. Watch this. Even though the little dot isn't there, I'm going to trash the message and it should disappear. And it still comes up asking me to confirm. And that message is gone. So the only thing that's missing is a dot. So that's a bug I've spotted. That's 1-0 to me again.
That's interesting because it works on Microsoft Edge. It's not working in Chrome. Let me see if it works on Firefox. This is the old browser compatibility problem we're running into here, because it might work on Firefox because Chrome is using the same internal engine, the internal browser it uses.
Coldest pillow.
Firefox.
The main thing that
Firefox doesn't work either.
The main thing that Steve was ranting about, as we always rant about as well, myself included, is the strategy side of the 8-ball game. And that's something you've got to become more switched on to when you're playing that game to survive in the tournament. You've really got to up the ante as far as strategy goes.
You were better than he was in the
stream 30 seconds ago because he said that his shot selection was a load of shit. Well, we didn't quite say that.
Yeah, we didn't say that. I mean, your strategy was definitely better in Ziggs, but it could improve quite a bit, you know. And I think if you're gonna go far in this tournament, it's gonna need to improve.
Right. Just a word to Slim for his benefit. If I go back,
is Slim in the stream?
Yeah, Slim. I told you he's already won a match when he played it in the middle of the.
Okay, these guys. Where are these guys? Why am I not seeing them?
He played it in the middle of the night when I wasn't around.
What's going on? They must be in YouTube, and because I'm seeing them. I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it in the chat on Twitch.
Well, if you watch it on my stream, you'll see the chat.
I see it on the screen, but didn't that stuff used to come through to Twitch too, didn't it?
Well, it should be. I mean,
yeah, it's not. The chat from YouTube is. Oh no, I see it. There it is. Okay, I'm just blind.
Yeah.
You know what? I think One Pocket Slim. That name is Slim or something. Because remember, you couldn't see him in the brackets.
Yeah.
It's like you can't notice Slim.
Right. Right, Slim. I don't know whether you know, but I finish work on Sunday, and that is me off for a fortnight. So
Now,
there's two
Larry
matches.
says his works in Chrome.
There's two
God,
matches in the schedule. There's a match between Larry and Semi Pro on Saturday night. I'll be able to cover that. There's also the match with Brainful Out and Bankster on Tuesday. Well, I'll be able to cover anything that's on. So if you want to do either of those, Slim, take your pick if you're going to be around, and let me know, because I'm easy Aussie.
This is a strange thing because Larry says his check mark works in Chrome. Mine's not working in Chrome. It's not working in internal. It's not working on Firefox, but it works on Edge.
Right, that's fine, Slim.
This is irritating.
So you see the hornet's nest that I've stirred up with just a little dot bin missing from the little confirmation circle on internal browser.
Yeah, you're causing me a lot of grief here. Oh, by the way, I just fixed something that I haven't put the update in yet. What was it for? Oh yeah, it was for the website doesn't properly show the number of people that are online on the home page. It's wrong. I fixed that. I just haven't done the update, so that'll get fixed. Right
Yeah,
now it's 37 online, and there's 41. I mean, it's got some issues there, so I fixed that.
Now, what's that about stats, Semi-Pro?
He wants you to look at the stats.
Where are we? Right, what am I looking at?
Well, I guess you could look at the stats for this match.
Does Coldest fellow want me to look at the stats for this match?
Yeah, the thing about the stats is they really don't show you the most important thing, which is the strategy, you know? Because that's the part that is, you know, you can play so good. I mean, you pocket balls a certain ability, and you move the cue ball at a certain ability, and that's probably not going to change a lot in the near future.
There it is. That was easy.
But the strategy part, that's the part where, you know, you could get better really fast.
Well, Coldest Pillow, there's the answer. Not Coldest Pillow. There's Zig's problem playing with a break with a house cue, 8 breaks. No balls in the break.
Yeah.
None at all.
Well, that wasn't why he lost, but that didn't help.
Yeah, well, I was right that Coldest Fellow did get one rack ran in that match, that one that he managed to dig out. 8 ball shot. He had 15 attempts at the 8 ball and had 10 of them go in. And Zig, to his credit, had 5 shots at 8 balls and got them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a good match. That was a good match for Coldest Pillow to start with. Somebody that, you know, that he was going to get the win against.
I'm a bit confused here, Steve, because Larry's just pointed out something. It says Zig had 100% break. How do we understand that stat? I don't understand it. I've got the break stats up. Zig's had 8 breaks, no balls, nothing, and yet he shows 100% break. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
And I don't understand why Coldest Pillow has got 8 breaks, 0.87 balls in the break, and he's 100% as well.
Yeah, obviously
this whole place is falling apart.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. It's obviously pulling the wrong numbers from someplace.
Right, I think that's about right. I would probably go with that stat for the racks ran thing, and I think that's fine. But that one certainly looks weird.
Yeah, well, that one's actually easy to fix because that's in the database.
Now, common stats. 60. Now, that's obviously for this tournament. Aye, 16 racks were played, weren't they? That's right.
Yeah, that's this
11
match.
pie. Aye.
Yeah.
68% win, 156 shots, so the shot percentage was better for Coldest Pillow. And balls per turn was pretty nigh, not quite double, but not far off it.
Well, Coldest Pillow did basically everything better, which is why he won easily.
And if I get rid of that one and hit that, and we'll go to the stats, racks ran. If we look at that, we've got semi-pro on 5 racks ran, 1 pocket slims and 3. This is after 1 match, LS3s and 2, and then the rest are all trailing behind. Is that all that's in the tournament? Why Stubb shown as 0? Has Stubb played a match? I didn't think Stubb had played.
He must have played a match if he's in the stats.
Aye, that's why I'm puzzled. Where the hell is he? Ah, wait a minute.
Played a match.
Wait a minute. Ah, no, hang on a minute. That's what I was asking the other day. I come in and said, what happened to Zangetsu? Because Stubbs had got 1 rack and then Zangetsu's forfeited according to that, unless he lost connection and never got back in time.
Yeah, he might have lost connection, or maybe something came up and he had to leave.
Now you see, that could have been a very, very dangerous match for Stubb. I'd like to know what happened to Zangetsu there, whether he had to bail or whether it timed out and Stubbs just didn't give him a second chance. What happened?
We'll have to ask Stubb.
Oh, right, hang on. 1 pocket Slim. I can't read it for the white thing, but Slim said he was set to stream it, but Zangetsu never showed up.
Why is it 1-0 if he never showed up?
That's another bug. Why has he got a rack in the board then if Zangetsu wasn't there?
It shouldn't be 1-0.
I think you've got a lot of work to do, Steve. Just your list will be the length of your arm by the time the night's out. We need to quit this stream soon enough, or Steve will have a whole list of bugs to fix.
At least it shows that Stubb took 0 shots. So
yeah,
at least that's right.
That's why I was wondering why it appeared on the stats.
If you practice, it shows in the score. Interesting.
What do you think? Ah, right. So do you think Stubb would have been in the room banging balls, waiting on him turning up? Right, that's even weirder. That shouldn't show either, should it? If you're just potting a ball or clearing a rack before the player arrives in the room, that shouldn't show in the stats. Anyway, I'm calling it quits. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to Steve for joining. There'll be good coverage of these matches, at least for the next 2 weeks, because I'll be here. And so it doesn't matter really what time they're at. If they're at a sane time, I'll try and get a lot of them. And Slim can get his fair share as well if he wants, if he's going to be around. In fact, hang on a minute. There's a tournament just going up there. Alright, let's go in and watch that before we go. There's Larry and LS3 playing in the $300, whatever it is, 9-ball. We'll drop in that just to annoy them.
Yeah, that's become a pretty popular event.
If we can get in the room, that is. Right, we'll watch this and then I'm going to call it quits. Oh, this table looks like it looks like the 10-footer, Steve, compared to that bar table.
Oh yeah,
it looks like a 10-foot hard times table.
Bar tables are small. I mean, it's like, bar table pool's crazy. Like, if you watch good players play 9-ball on a bar table, I mean, it's like a break and run fest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've run 9 racks on a bar table. It's a break and run fest. It really is. I can remember this Dan Louie, champion, good player. So he gets in this game, giving this guy the 7-ball, playing 9-ball on the bar table, and he's got a backer, and so the guy getting the 7-ball gets up and wins a coin flip and starts off. He breaks and runs 7 racks, and Dan Louis' backer says to him, "Are you sure about this, Dan? The guy just broke around 7 racks." And Dan says, "This guy can't beat me." The guy didn't beat Dan Louis. That just shows you. That just shows you what bar table pool is like. You know, at the high level, there's going to be a lot of breaking and running out. We should play a 9-ball tournament on the bar table and see what happens. I mean, guys should be running a ton of rack.
Larry says he once won $5,000 playing 9-ball on a bar table and he never get paid. It wasn't in VP4, was it?
Yeah, well, that's a lesson learned, Larry. If you're going to play for 5,000, make them post the money up.
Yeah.
Have somebody hold it. Yeah.
Get somebody hold the pot.
Yeah, you know, if you play pool, you've been stiffed.
I think Larry's got the same. Has Larry got the same butt I've got, if you pardon the expression? Looking at his queue, let's have a look. Has he got that missing in action one? Oh, I like that. That looks good with the blue.
I doubt Larry's butt is as wide as yours is you.
I like LS3's butt, if you pardon that expression, because it's a nice sort of blue. It looks bluey green to me.
Oh man, here we go with the sexist comments. You're gonna get in trouble.
I'm not using it in any sort of context at all, other than describing her butt. You know, it's if you stop bloody waggling the queue, and get a better look at it. I like that. That's a good contrast of colour, that butt on.
Yeah, it's a difference in generations. You see, with a 60-year-old woman, she's gonna be happier talking about it.
Oh, she'll be well happy. Yeah.
With a 30-year-old woman, she's nowadays she's gonna be insulted and
front of the beak.
Yeah, she's gonna write you up on Facebook. Yeah.
Her cat looks like Boots as well. Or she got a cat picture. I never even noticed that. I was too busy looking at her butt. Oh, there, I've said it again. I've done it again. Look, what's it? Is it a shoebox?
It's not a shoebox. Some stores can. It's what I have heard termed an Oreo cookie cat because it's black and white. And typically I don't know if you guys know this, but the coloring on a cat, a lot of it determines their demeanor. The black and white cats are typically very friendly, very nice cats.
Yeah, I had a black and white cat.
Wow, look at that shot.
Yeah, watch the cue ball.
Did you see that shot? Wow. That was quite the shot.
So I presume there's only the 4 players in this tournament. Let's have a look at the bracket. Where is it? We can find it. Calendar.
Well, this looks like it's going to be 2-1 here.
There's the one that says active. Where is it?
I think LS3 is running out here. So this is alternate breaks. That must be because Larry won the game. This must be alternate break.
Oh, why am I going to event stats? Bracket I'm looking for. I think there's only the 4 in it. Yeah, there's the 4 in it. Well, we might as well. If you're not busy, if you need to go, you can go, Steve. I think I might as well watch this because there's only this match and then the final. Might as well stick with it.
I probably won't stay the whole time, but let's see. It is alternate break. Let's see.
Steve's made the rookie noob mistake of trying to get the banners to show while he's in the room chat.
No, I made the rookie mistake of not hitting slash twice. No, the banner will show. You can type /SB in the room, but it shows in the lobby. You just have to click the other tab, but it'll take the command.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it takes the command, but it prints it in the lobby.
Oh, let me try it. So they don't see it in the chat?
No, but the mistake I made was not hitting slash twice.
Oh, right, let me just check that and verify that isn't broken now, Steve. Let me have a quick look. No, you're right, I can confirm that actually works. Definitely.
Well, LS3 is doing what I expected. That was going to be a run out all day there off of that break.
So this is alternate break, did you say there, yeah?
Yeah, it's alternate break, and the 9-ball is not on the head spot. But spot money is on. You can't win making the 9-ball.
And Friday night 9-ball is still the only tournament in 9-ball where the break box is on. This tournament here should
there's
have
no
the break
box
box
in
on.
there. You know what? Why not play, different ways? This has just got the traditional wide open break.
I don't think it really makes much difference to Larry, because Larry always breaks within the break box anyway, as far as I can remember.
Well, she got funny on that 7, but she was able to rectify the situation. Got to watch out a little bit here on scratching in the side pocket.
Oh dear.
Well, okay. Well, maybe missing the ball. See, that side pocket was definitely in play. I think she would have hit the ball in the pocket. The cue ball would have been going pretty close to that side. Well, that hurts.
Well, that's a wee bit touchy to watch. You don't run up the table and scratch the top right hand corner pocket.
Wow. Oh man, that's brutal.
Oh, it was worth it for just seeing that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's just brutal. But that shot, I'll tell you, that particular shot, I usually hit that with right English inside and go 2 rails. And the reason why is that shot from the outside is real touchy, because all you have to do is hit a little heavy and it goes in. I mean, Larry probably didn't put too much English on it, but he probably hit it thick. And that shot's very touchy.
Now, I think you've got to get high on this 3 rather than try to play it into the side to hold the angle for back on the 4. Yep, got to get high. That'll do.
Yeah, that's good enough. Don't need any English here, just straight back across. You want to leave angle to come up for the 6. That's a mistake you see a lot of people make as they start getting better. They start getting straight in a lot of balls, and they have to learn to leave angle. But these players are good enough. They know that they're going to leave angle.
Not to be dead straight.
Yeah, that's
dead straight.
Well, now I'll tell you how I'd probably play this. I'd go rail first into it. I would go rail first off the end rail.
No, I managed to squeeze something out of it. Maybe too much. Bedhead country.
Yeah.
In fact, is this better off a bank than it is a cut?
I'd cut it, because it's natural to get shape on the 8. You just cut it, come right back down to the middle of the table. The only decision here is whether she decides she likes banking.
Commentator's eye, Steve, looked a better bank to me than it did to try and thin cut it.
Well, as long as you get the ball in the hole and you get a shot on the 8, you're good.
So we're all square. What is it? Race to 7. Yeah.
Yeah, LS3's rating just keeps going up. She keeps getting better. And the question is, when's she going to contend on one of these world championships? I think she plays a lot of 8-ball. Doesn't she play 8-ball tournaments all the time? I know Larry does.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think she does. I mean, you would think, she'd have a pretty good chance in this if she can play the right strategy.
When she is online, she's in most of the tournaments that are running when she is online. Good evening to WD.
Larry says she plays Wednesday 8-ball. Yeah, I like that cat. Now, it's not a cat that looks like Hitler. You guys ever go to that webpage?
There's a website, Steve. Yeah, I've watched it. There's cats
that look like Hitler
with Hitler moustaches. Yeah.
I probably told you about that site, Hugh.
No, I think Graham Norton actually showed it in his TV program one night. The chat show.
The site's still there. It's www.catsthatlooklikehitler.com. Boots is in there. Boots is in that. That's a great website.
Oh yeah, there's some crazy people.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised they don't try and bring that website down because it's not politically correct. You know that's the way the world's come to nowadays.
Well, this one guy named his cat Kittler.
Oh dear.
Hey, you know, you gotta have a sense of humor. Because Hitler was kind of a unique looking guy, so, you know, with that mustache and stuff, I mean, having a cat that looks like that. What are you going to do? You're going to kill the cat because it looks like Hitler? Take it out on him? It's
No,
just a cat.
take the website down because it's politically incorrect mentioning that guy. There's somebody probably complained about it. I can guarantee there's somebody in the world not happy with that website being there.
Of course. There's always somebody that complains.
Oh dear. Well, that's what right English does for you when you're trying to square the cue ball up to get on the sex.
There's the inside English shot again, and the cue ball turned on her. She hit that fat, turned on her. Pete, I'll tell you this right now. When I play VP, I don't use pivot English because I'm used to the deflection from playing in real life, and
well, the old-fashioned VP legacy method is what.
That's what I use. Yeah. That's what I use. I use the old-fashioned VP legacy.
Yeah, I've went back to that, and I've stuck with it for a little while when I've been testing things out, and then I keep going back to pivot. I don't know why. Yeah, well, there's no Nazi regalia or anything like that allowed in Germany. You know, swastikas and any of that kind of stuff. That's all banned. I know that. Good bank, but where's the cue ball? What is it? Last two that Larry's getting. Well, he just needs to roll this in.
Yep.
Well, you can see Larry's getting old and long in the tooth when he's getting given money balls now in VP4.
Well, he's not getting a money ball. He's getting the last two.
Yeah, last two.
That's different than a money ball. Last two is like almost nothing. I mean, you know, it's like last two is what you give somebody when they absolutely won't play unless you give them something. And you give them the last two, and it's almost like nothing. I mean, in a race to 7, the last two's not worth the game, I can tell you that.
When did Spectre beat you 9-1? Was that in Friday Night 9 Ball? I must have missed that one. I probably streamed it.
Oh yeah, I saw that thing for the England thing with the kid and the two genders. Yeah, well, it's like that here too. I think we invented all that shit. You've just been you've been infected with it, but I think we invented all that in the U.S.
That's why I like watching clips of George. Is it George Carlin?
Did you see that? Oh my God! Yeah. Did you see the ball he just missed?
Yeah, Larry's doing the fatal mistake of being in the stream and trying to concentrate at the same time. It doesn't work.
No, that's not a good idea. You're just distracting yourself. Well, that was a pretty good shot. She kind of got on the 50-yard line, but I expect her to make this. She's going to play it. Yeah, that's the right way to go, to the left pocket, and just let the cue ball go behind the 9 and above it.
So, Steve, do you think Tiger's just hanging on in there to try and somehow...
What's she doing? You don't want to jack up on this.
He's trying to eke out another 3 majors to beat Jack. Do you think that's what he's trying to do? It's the only thing he is trying to do.
That. She should have gone forward on that. Let the cue ball go to the side rail and up above the 9. The way she shot it made it way harder.
Because
Tiger. I don't know. If Tiger's ever going to win another tournament. I mean, he's got a lot of problems.
The thing is, he's not coming over for the Open this year again.
Well, so, he had, what was it, foot surgery or something was the last deal?
He said how many surgeries he had now. He said it must be into the 2 dozen now. He had ankle surgery. I think he was getting a bit of rheumatism or something.
Well, I mean, before he had the car crash, I think he had a chance. the car crash, I think, kind of did him in.
Yeah. And then, of course, we wrote him off and thought he'd never win another one, and then he came back and won the Masters again.
Yeah, but you know, this is
What is he? 40, is he 47? So he's now older than Jack when Jack won his last major.
yeah. Jack wasn't playing on one leg.
No. So he's got to wait till next year again for what's the first one again? The Masters again, isn't it? It's in April. So that'll be when he's hoping to be back. Yeah, they came to an agreement, that LI, or whatever the hell they're called, the LIV Tour and the PGA.
Yeah, well, they haven't come to an agreement. They've come to an agreement that they're going to have an agreement. You know, they have some general terms.
What that basically means is the lawyers are involved. There's a lot of documentation to go over. Yeah, and then they'll have a fallout again.
I kind of doubt that. Usually, when people sign a letter of intent like this, they're highly motivated to do it, and that motivation is what will get it done. Does that mean that for sure it's getting done? No, but I think there's a pretty good chance that that deal's going to get done in one form or another.
So Larry's up, what, 4-2? Now this is going to be, it's got to be avoiding a collision here to get half decent on that 2-ball. Back, I thought she was going to go for the cut, but she went for something totally unbelievable as a safety. And, well, gifted Larry a go here. And Larry's got up high enough. Well, this is off the long rail, back across, loads of room to go on the 4. Watch the cue ball though, Larry. Watch that cue ball. There we go again. I think that needed a little bit of, I would have tweaked that with a little bit of right spin just to adjust the angle. The only danger with that shot I was talking about is ending up behind the 7. But it would probably more likely to take that side pocket away there. So a gift for LS3, having already given Larry the free go. Larry handed it straight back.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some giving away in this match.
Yeah, it needed a wee bit firmer. I still would have tweaked it a wee bit, I think. So LS3 stays in touch. Who gets the break now? Back to Larry. See, Larry's just outside the break box. He's on that first diamond.
Well, that was a pretty good break. And he got the cue ball back up where he's got a shot. I mean, he should run out here.
Now,
this is just a little spinner here. You know, you could go back and forth. I'd spin it just because I'd want to shoot the 2 in the side pocket. He's going to go back and forth. Yeah, I don't like that shot because now he potentially has problems.
That 4 ball isn't a gimme, by the way. That's way tight onto that 8 ball.
Oh, he can make this too. I would have pulled the 2 back. Give you more options. This is tricky getting on the 4 ball because he's going to hit the titty here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there he goes. He's got a shot at it, I think. It does go. And the shape's pretty natural. It's 3-rail shape with a 5 up in the corner. Just got to control the speed here more than anything. Well, he didn't make the ball.
Well, needs to bump the 9 and the cue ball needs to miss the 5.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I would have shot that one ball. I would have spun it and brought it back other side of it so I could shoot the 2 in the side. But, you know, I spin the ball a lot when it's advantageous. And I notice in VP, not that many people spin the ball a lot.
Well, we should be all square in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to mess this up. Good shot there. Stun it over. And if you're going to get on the wrong side of it, this is the side. This is the side you want to be on. You didn't want to necessarily be high on that. You can do something with this if you need to.
Just a straight with that.
It's
Larry's getting the last 2, isn't it?
It's the Steam Summer Sale. VP4 is on sale.
So
well, it's 4 apiece. So this one looks like it could go down to the wire. LS3's got a ball in. She's got a shot. Yes, I think so. Does she? Maybe not. This is tight. I don't think she's got it. Not without doing something to it. I don't think you can make this without twisting it or something. Maybe playing safe here. Got a pretty good safety, thin to 1 and take it up past the 5 and 8. She just got it.
I know there's a thing, Steve. That's a good point there from Coldest fellow. Why don't you have DLC on Steam? I.e., a black snooker, a black snooker queue for multiplayer and offline. Yeah, downloadable content. Actually have it on there for dollars and pounds rather than V dollars in VP4. You must have that as an alternative option.
Well, I mean, we went with the kind of thing where you buy V dollars and then you spend it on queues. It's sort of, you know, same kind of idea. We do have downloadable content. It's just not implemented through Steam. It's our own version of it.
Now, this is again a little bit tricky here. It's just trying to squeeze past into the side. Well, it's going to be long.
Well, that's fine. That was well done there. Yep, that was a good way to play it. Because, you know, the more guaranteed the play is, the better it is. I mean, that's the thing is if you can make plays that you're guaranteed to come up with a shot, whether it's exactly perfect or not, doesn't matter as much as the fact that you got the shot.
Well, just the 8 ball. Back into the lead for Larry.
And Larry's breaking too.
What's
this is big.
Other match.
This is how you win here: is you break and run out and put yourself on the hill, because you're guaranteed at least one chance on the next break, even if your opponent breaks and runs out. He's going to play safe here. I think he can get this. on the 3 ball.
Well, Slim's, that's not going to get to a rail, unfortunately.
Yeah, he a little bit tried to finesse a little. Let's blame that on the track ball, Hugh.
Yeah, that's more proof again about the little gentle touch that you need to have that the trackball doesn't necessarily give you. It's another one in my favour. Slim is 5-4 up against Stefan in that other match.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of spot does Stefan get?
He won't be getting that much, I don't think. What's he getting?
He's getting a 7 ball.
He's getting a 7. Oh, Larry was put off by the fact that his touch was not adjusted because he's been playing in the bar table. That's what comes to his defence there. He's been putting in a bit of practice.
Pretty good speed on that shot.
Just the wrong side of the 5. I mean, it could have been perfect in the 5 if it was another 4 inches further north, but it's fine.
But you know, this is where, you know, these kind of shots, this is where, you know, there's a speed separation in players, because a good player is going to come up with a pretty good angle on this 6 ball, and a lot of players kind of struggle with that kind of shot. You know, this is certainly acceptable.
Larry's asking, when's that black shaft coming to the offline?
Yeah, probably next time do an offline build. We did a pride shaft. Yeah, well, if you want a pride shaft, you can figure out the formula to reskin it. Wouldn't be the shaft anyways, it'd be the butt.
All square again. It's going all the way, this one.
Oh yeah, this has the and that LS3 needed to win that. And now she's in a position she can do this to Larry, where she, you know, she can put herself on the hill there,
well, the
and be guaranteed a shot at winning.
2 ball is dead. 1 ball isn't going anywhere, so I'm banking that and missing the 2 and going behind the 2 and 4. I'm banking the. Can I bank that 1? And spin it in?
1?
Yeah, just bank it to the short rail and spin in behind the 2 and 4.
I'm making the 1-4 combo and running out.
Can you get that? Oh, I never looked at that. Yeah, it's clean. I thought the 2 was in the way there.
That dry break is going to hurt her, and that is not really that great a position. He's still okay, but this is a little tricky the way he's hitting it. He hit it good. Yeah, hit it very good. So, yeah, whoever gets on the hill has a huge advantage. Larry's got the biggest one because he's going to be breaking.
Now, is this a stun out for the 5 into the side? I know it's a spin up the table.
That's a better way to play it going forward on that shot. And this, you know, you just want to get pretty straight on the 6. I mean, angle's nice, but
not that angle though.
Not that angle. Yeah, you need to have the angle back the other way or be pretty straight. You don't want to be here. Well, this is a little tricky here.
This wants to head to that 8 ball.
Yeah, but you can hit the 8 and come up table. That's what I would do. I would draw this hard off the 8 ball. You know, you might scratch in the corner, but at this point, that's the shot. Yeah, he didn't get the hard part. You needed to really get that ball moving. There wasn't enough draw on it.
Oh,
that was a little tricky, you know. It wasn't an easy shot.
Bank to top left. Or is it a thin cut? I think it's a bank.
He's going to bank it. It's natural position on the 9. And if you hit this at the right speed, if you miss it, you know, you leave the cue ball on the side rails. That's not the right speed. But, well, you're going to make it. It doesn't matter. So that's big for. Oh, that's right. He doesn't. It doesn't matter. That's big for Larry because he's breaking.
No.
Uh oh. Oh, he's got the 3 ball.
Excuse me. That match was Slim and Stefan. Slim's on the hill, 6-4 up. And then we've almost got those 3 balls lined up at that angle again from the break. You've got the 6 and the 9 and the 4.
I'd probably play safe here. He may be shooting us.
No, that
The
6
problem with
ball.
shooting us is getting on the 2. No, he's playing safe. That's what I would have been doing too. Good shot.
I think that 6 ball goes into the side. It's very, very close. But it doesn't go into the corner.
Well, I don't think it goes on the side either.
It's very tight into the side if it does go.
Well, anything could happen here, including breaking that 6 ball out. I mean, honestly, the 6 ball isn't a problem.
Well, that's not a problem now.
See? But you had the 4 right there and the 5's there, so you know that was an easy breakout to play for. You know, you pot the 4, break the 6, so it wasn't going to be a problem.
Well, the 2 of them now know who their opponent is in the final. Slim goes
Who
through.
won? Was Slim?
Slim through 7 racks to 4.
Well, I would expect Larry's going to win from here.
Well, he'd be a proper numpty if he can't get to the last 2 in this table. I know he's listening.
Well, he didn't hit that real good, but he's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is hard to screw up from here.
Nice inside angle on the 7. Perfect to get it onto the 8.
Yeah.
These are nice little stun shots just to get out. So Larry goes through an all USA final by 7 racks to 6. 5, sorry.
I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna go do some stuff.
Yeah, you've got all those bugs to fix, Steve. I hope you made a note
of them. I did.
Right, thanks again, Steve. Take care. We'll see you again
soon.
Thanks,
you. Take care. See you later, guys.
Good night. And I will just tab out and shut down Discord, because that's just one extra thing that's running that we don't need running. That's not the thing I want to do. Hang on. Where the hell is it? There it is. Right, so that's got rid of Discord. What happened? Alright, we're waiting in the room going up, weren't we? That's what we're doing. So they're already underway. And Larry's getting last 2 again. Well, he's got to be out here, apart from having to get really good on this 7 ball, in fact really good in the 6 ball to start with. Now that needs to just bounce. How does that look? Well, it's a bit too straight to be going forward, isn't it? I mean, it looks a bit. You can pinch a little bit and go forward, but you've got to come into the open acreage and draw back. And he's just getting to that a bit too good. Now it's a wee bit touchy down the rail, and it's just held the line. So Larry's off and running. Break goes to Slim. At least a couple of balls in the break, but no shot in the one. So push out. 6 and 8's gone. Now does that one bank between the 2 and 7? Oh, that it will go. It will go. But Slim, sorry, not Slim, Larry not entertaining it. Now is Larry going to go for the cut? Or is he going to go for cover? Looks as if he's lining up the cut. Now how's his roll out? Well, it ain't too bad. 3 ball comfortably goes past the 5, so just a roll in. Could go at the side rail. And anywhere half decent on this left side as we look. And again, he's just getting into it too much. Right, that's a good shot. Good recovery. Cue ball staying in the table. Well, you can put... yeah, he didn't need it. He could have put a little tad of right side there, but it was still good enough pace to hold nice in the 7. So, good start for Larry. 2-0 up. And now it says break. And there we go again. There's that pattern with the sort of 3 balls at that angle. 2 of them locked together. Just like the 6 was in the last rack, or the whatever rack it was, whatever match it was. But that 8 balls are locked freer, so it will go in the side. It won't go in the corner. He's trying to get the other side of that 5 to brush it out of the way. I don't know whether he's done it enough. He hasn't. Oh, but he's come up with not a bad reply for safety. Well, that's a good jump. That's a good shot by Larry. Now, this is another little testy one, because this needs a little drawback to get the right angle in that 5 ball. Now, where the cue ball is now is actually perfect to get down onto the 6, so he needs to come back that far. He's not quite got there. So a bit of left hand side. And probably going to have to go the 2 rails here, I would think. Get it going forward onto that long rail, back across the other one, past the side pocket and back across that way, I would think. No, it's coming one side, he's going to leave it the... Well, that'll do, that's fine. So now, the angle's perfect to come down onto the 7. And he's also going to bump that 9 and 8 and send the 8 over in the general direction of that corner pocket in the top left. And the only thing that will go wrong here is the 9 ball staying in the way somehow like that. Has he got away with it? Ah, he has. So 3-0 to Larry. Puts even more emphasis now when it's alternate break, that when you do get the break and you're 3-0 down, that you get yourself out here. And Slim's giving himself a chance. He's got a tough first shot here. What did he get there? The 5, 6 and 8 have gone. And it's all about getting good in the 1. If he can get that good in the 2, oh dear. Oh, well, I thought he was going to cut that the other way. Because cutting it that way was quite clearly putting the cue ball very close to the corner pocket, and he's gone in off and gifted rack number 4 to Larry here. Now, the 4 ball doesn't go up table, the 9 ball's in the way, so he can get himself out far enough and around the table. Well, he's trying to drop it into the side, is he? Not much room. Yeah, that's what I am saying, not much room. I thought he'd have been trying to get up the table and get that 4 ball into this bottom right hand corner pocket here. So Slim, a cut up and down here with the cue ball. He's bound to have a shot in the 7 somewhere. And that could have just let Slim get off and running and get into this, but of course now it's a tough ask for Slim because of the alternate break coming into play, and not only that, he's rattled the jaws on the 7, and Larry just needs to roll it in, and it will be 4-0. So big swing there, and Slim turned down his opportunity. And the break is dry. Yeah, well, it's still not, well, it is my bedtime, but I've got a short shift tomorrow, so, and there was only 4 players in it, and this is the final now. So I thought we'd just stay and see these guys how they're doing. Pretty good safety. Oh, there's just a tiny edge of that 1. It might even be trying to cut this. And where's the cue ball? Oh, well, a good cut in the 1, but that 2 ball's not going in, I don't think. Is he trying to cheat it? Yes. I don't know what he's trying to do there. No, he's the wrong side of the 3 because the cue ball wants to get up the table. The other problem is the 4 ball is awkward. I don't think it goes past the 5. So loads of check on the cue ball, and he's got it good. So just a drop in dead weight on the 4. Oh, that went funny. I thought that was going to go to the side rail there. Just caught the joint in. Well, this is Larry's match to lose now when you're about to go 5-0 up in an alternate break match. Strong favourite now. And Slim needs a break and run here. He needs something to get him going. Well, he's got a ball at least. The 7 ball is gone. He's got enough of the 1. Down onto the rail and back out for the 2 into the same pocket, I would think. We managed to stun and hold it. That'll work. Now, he has to be having a look at this 3 to make sure where he's going for it, because I don't think it's... well, it does go past the 9. I thought it was tighter than that. There's plenty of room. Now the worry's the 4 ball. And that 4 ball isn't going to really squeeze past the 8. It will go into the side though. Slim desperately trying to get onto the scoreboard here. Yes, I'll be doing Friday night 9 ball tomorrow night. Yeah, definitely will. So again, just checking the cue ball. So Slim's off the mark, but immediately the break goes back to Larry. Oh, now, how's the luck? Not great. 4 balls gone. And Larry trying to duck for cover here. Well, he was trying to get in behind that 3, just squirted out. Now the 1 ball, plenty of room past the 9. Cue ball can go forward and back into the table for the cut in the 2. But I think you want to get pretty good on this 2 ball though. I don't think you want to just leave this at any old distance in the 2. That's why he's trying to hold it and stun across. And that's not bad. Now the only thing now is what way are you going to try and leave a shot in this 3? Are you going to cut to the chase and just leave it, the cue ball up there and leave a dodgy cut in the 3? Or are you going to try and run the cue ball? The problem's the traffic that's in the way when you're doing that. Well, he's found a gap on the shorter side of the 3, so it's one of these testy little cuts. And it needs to slow down. Now I think he's got to come, oh, he's going to be leaving the drop in the side here. So it's going to be 2 in a row for Slim. And it's his break. And he's got a ball. And he's going to have a shot. And a little bit tricky just to get nice onto that 3 ball. Just where it is, the 9 ball's interfering with play here. He's going to have to leave a bit of a cut in this 3. And the problem with that is he's probably going to have to come across the table twice to get out and onto this 4 ball past the 6. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be. I mean, he could just dink this in, or come across the table like that, and that will do nicely. That's perfect. Well, just a stonewall stopper in the 6 ball. Roll the 8 into the side. Of course, Larry's the one that's getting last 2, so Slim needs everything. But it's going to be 3 in a row for Slim. But Slim's always living on the edge, simply because Larry's going to get next break. But as long as Larry's stuck there in 5 and not in 6, then it's a wee bit more comfortable scoreboard for Slim. Well, we've lost the 3 ball, we've lost the 6, a little thin cut in the 1 into the side. And this is going to be tricky because the cue ball's stuck in the end rail. Now, this is not good. I mean, this is pretty straight in the 2, and he's just trying to hold the cue ball to give him this combo. And it isn't bad. Now, that 5 ball catches any of the point and it doesn't go in. So you've got to send the 4 just onto that edge. There's plenty of room off the rail, so he should be getting this. Yeah, you see what I mean? He's caught the point. Now this is going to end up in a little billiard on the 4-5 here. An edge of the 4 to catch the 5, knock it in and still be on the 4. When I say still be on the 4, he hit that too hard, I think. I mean, it'll still go. I think he needed to be a wee bit more delicate there. And that's what happens. Now he needs to get lucky. And he's got lucky. And this is what Slim needs, just to keep him in it. Got away with one there, maybe. Oh. Well, Larry somehow found his way through the gap. Slim lives again. And it should be 5-4. Now, he's doing the right thing. He's just looking at the lay of the balls and deciding what way he's going to get there. You know, don't commit until you know where you're going. Now try to kick it up the table. Yeah. Oh, this is not quite in no man's land, but he would have liked it to have been better than this. And again, those little delicate soft shots just to hold the cue ball. And it's caught Slim out this time. So just the 8 ball for Larry to get to the hill. Not a gimme either. And that's why all of a sudden the 9-foot table is a lot tougher if you've been on that toy table getting practice in. And Slim gets out of jail again. And he will be breathing down Larry's neck. And he's got the advantage of the break as well. And this time these balls are broke beautifully. And he's got a shot in the 2. Now the only thing he's got to be careful here, because what he wants to do is sort of try and bump the 8 ball here with this cue ball. He doesn't want to catch the 3 too soon. Well, he's kept it straight and he's found a gap, and it couldn't have landed much better than that. So very, very strong odds we'll get a tied ball game here in a minute. Just bump the 3 in, get out far enough for the 5. Oh, snooker's a tough game. Much tougher in VP4 than it ever was in VP3. And certainly tough if you don't play it at all and you suddenly go to it, because you'll never get instant success at snooker. Well, we're 5 apiece. Break goes back to Larry. No, a 9 darter. A 9 darter isn't tougher than a 147. I don't agree with that. Nine darters are, I mean, they're obviously not easy, but I think there's a lot more things can go wrong on a big snooker table than there is when you're just throwing darts at a board. I mean, the standard in darts has improved over the decades. I mean, I've watched darts as long as I've watched snooker, about 40 odd years, and there's a lot more 9 darters in darts nowadays than there ever was back in the day. Because you've got to remember, when darts first appeared in television over here, the guys were all drinking beer as well at the time, because that was the tradition, because it started in the local pubs and bars. So all the dart players back in the day, they all had beer bellies, because that's where they learned their craft, in the pub. So I think the professional darters take it a lot more serious nowadays, and therefore their game, the standard of the game has improved. And when somebody like Phil Taylor comes along and starts winning everything, then they all know that they have to, model their game and improve it, which they did. A lot of players have done. A lot of players that have come into the game, and you get nine darters very regular now in the big tournaments. And certainly in snooker, because the sort of general mentality in snooker has changed, it's become a more aggressive game, then the scoring becomes more aggressive more frequently. Well, that's a good kick. The bonus was a 4-ball going in. He's landed slightly the wrong side of the 5, but plenty of room to get on the 6. I don't get to see a lot of the darts nowadays because all the main big events are all on Sky. Well, this, I think this could have finished better. I think Larry's got himself dead straight in this 6-ball. Yeah, he doesn't want to try and pinch anything in this. His problem is he was trying to drop through on the very short side for the 7-ball, and he ended up just following the 6 in. So, well, it looked very long odds for One Pocket Slim to get out of this and win it, but he's going to be finding himself in the lead here now. Oh, is that for, what do you do with that? Plug that into the PC? Well, my telly's definitely got a USB socket on it. I mean, my TV's a good few years old now, but I don't know whether it would work on it. But I don't watch enough TV to justify one of those things. I mean, that was mainly at the end of the day why I got rid of Sky, because I don't watch enough of it to justify paying that subscription every month. And if there's any big event, like I was watching the England-Australia Test match today, because I've got a couple of good streaming websites I was watching it on, and when the golf comes on later on in July, I can watch the Open on that. I can just get a good stream of it and watch it. But to actually have Sky set up and pay a subscription when I watch very little television. I mean, I only watch when I'm finished here. Before I go to bed, I'm going to get a coffee. I'll have the TV on. I'll probably be watching the news. But I don't watch very much television nowadays at all. I've no interest in it. Well, good evening to Biggs. Well, Larry is battling to take this all the way here, and he only needs to roll the 7 in and roll that 8 in, and we're going all the way. And Larry's got the break. And he's got a ball or so in the break. It's going to have to be a little 1-3 combo. Now he's going to have to get really good on this 2-ball, and I don't think he's looking at how much of that 2-ball he can get. I have my doubts as to whether he can get that 2. I think the best he's going to get is a bank on that 2-ball. And he should already have made his mind up on that, because if he thinks he's cutting that 2-ball in, well, let's have a look. I don't think he can get enough of the 2-ball without sending it to the rail too soon. So I think he's got to go for the bank. He's got to bring the cue ball back to where it is right now and play the bank. I don't think he can cut it. So he's going to have one go at the bank. And he's going to be running into the 9. He should be on the 6, no problem. He doesn't want to tie the 9 up with the 8 though. If he gets this. All or nothing on one shot here. And he's got the first part right. He's kept the 9-ball in play. He can roll the 7 in and drop down behind the back of that 9, and he should be home and dry. Now, where will this go wrong? He wants to be either cutting the 7 in to drop to the rail. He's going to be dropping to the top rail. So just a little dink, and just let the cue ball run out. And Larry survives one pocket slim's comeback. So the 8-ball for the match, and then it goes, and that is it, folks. A little bonus there, that $300 9-ball tournament. We had a couple of matches. Well done to Larry, winning out in the end. And so we've got more matches to come in the 8-ball bar table world championships. Couple of matches on the bracket. I'll be covering them, and I'll also be covering as many as I can over the next couple of weeks, because as I said, as of Sunday, once I do my shift Sunday, I'll be finished and I'll be off for a couple of weeks, so hopefully I'll get as many as I can. So till then, I'll bid you good night, chaps, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you can join us in the near future for whatever matches we've got. Remember, if you miss anything that I've streamed, it will be on my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see them all on there. So until we meet again, take care, stay safe, and we will see you again soon, folks.